Hey guys, we just did a drawing lesson and I was looking for dolphins. I didn't see any, but we heard some music. Some of my students would be like, Mrs. Smith, was that a boat going by in the background? It was a boat. Some of you guys like to know that. So as these boats are passing, and over there's the Bel Air Bridge. We're in the state of Florida in the United States of America for my international friends and some of my family who works on the other side of the world. That's a sailboat. Now we've studied boats. We're gonna do like the hub of the boat this time in this art lesson, but we're looking at boats. We've done houseboats, we're working on architecture, right? We've done that bridge and a little tower and castles. So now look at the line. Some of you guys are now ready to add a little more dimension. Look at the line behind the boat. We're gonna add that. See, it makes a V, gets a little wider, just thinner. That's where your water skiers will be, and look at the reflection. There's always a little reflection under the boat. You ready to draw a boat? Ooh, is yours gonna be diagonal like that? Is yours gonna be a sailboat? Remember, we're looking at the architecture of the boat. Are you gonna make yours a houseboat? Okay, so you're gonna design your own boat, and as we look at these boats, we're now gonna draw ours. Get ready. All right, so, ooh, remember, I'm trying to encourage animals, personal expression, whatever you're good at in your art, and today I'm just gonna do it with a pen. Now the bottom of the boat, we've learned to do a line. Okay, now let's look up at this boat as it's passing. Okay, as you do a line, look at the front, the diagonal, and the back of the boat goes a little more straight up, and then you get your little house in there where they have their beds. All right, now I'm gonna do a sailboat with the stick up, straight up, and see that triangular shape up there? That's what I'm looking at, okay? Sorry, it's a little shaky, but it keeps focusing because the boat keeps moving. It's not staying still. We're looking at boats in action. All right, so back to our page. Remember, we're working on circularization with colored pencil. As we just noticed, the boat goes up at a diagonal in the front. Your line goes kind of down at a diagonal, and it's a little more straight in the back, but a little bit of a diagonal. You have a reflection underneath we talked about, and a V. Doesn't have to be so big, maybe a little smaller, coming from the engine. Ooh, it's getting really close. Now let's check it out. Let's check out what you're gonna add in your boat. There's people on there. You can make a dog in there. I'm making a dog in my boat. What are you gonna make in your boat? What animal do you love? Are you gonna do this, a curve, a fin, and a wake where your dolphins are swimming? Okay, so it's time to start adding a little more personal expression in your art. Triangle up if you want to have just an, I'm doing mine a little bit of a houseboat. Obviously, if you're working with pencil, you'll be able to erase. And I used to love, my grandpa's boat had this little ladder and this little lookout. So as we'd be fishing, and we'd have a little guardrail here where we'd sit and look out. Okay, then you can name your boat the Heavenward in Jesus Christ, or whatever it is. That would be mine. That's one of my favorite verses, because I have a daughter in heaven I'm looking forward to seeing. Emily Renee Smith, love you. You're looking down with the angels from heaven and listening. All right, so you have a boat. Now what about your background? Is your boat gonna be, ooh, we've been depicting heaven. Let's see, because we're theme city on a hill. You could just do a hill in the background, and a city Monet inspired, had just like a little jabby edges, and we're just in a distance, more of a shadowy. All right, for your city on a hill theme, you guys know, look, I like caves and waterfalls. What are you gonna add in yours? And I like volcanoes. What are you gonna add in yours that you like? Are you gonna add a spaceship? Are you gonna add a rocket ship? Are you gonna add something in the distance? I'm gonna add a little cave here for boats to come in here and people to climb up. Or are you gonna have your boat like on a cloud? Is it flying in space? I'm gonna make mine in water. Wow, listen to that. I think the bridge is opening for a bigger boat. We'll get that. All right, so you got your foreground, your middle ground, and your background. I'm gonna just do some windows. I taught you in your architecture, a little infinity pool and a water slide going down, and another infinity pool with scaffolding. Ooh, so at least in your background, you could add some birds. Some of you guys might wanna put a positive word or your Bible verse up here. I'm gonna add, who can guess what it is? Say it. Yeah, you could add angels, birds, whatever you want. And I'm gonna do with my colored pencil, light shining down from heaven to show that Psalm 91:11, he shall give his angels charge over you, and you, and you, and you, and you, to guard you in all your ways. Where in the Bible is that? Psalm 91, Psalm 91, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, to guard you in all your ways. Flap, flap, flap. All right, so my first layer is yellow. Oh, I did say I was gonna do a dog on the boat. Let's have his little head here. He's a really big dog. His ears, his head, his neck, his little tail wagging, and his legs. There's my little dog. And I'm gonna spend a lot longer layering all the colors using circulation. And instead of showing, ooh, you might say, Mrs. Smith, I could see your scribble marks. You're right, my friends. Thank you for getting on my case, like I on yours. So I'm gonna add a little more layering. That was just the first layer. You should probably have, what, 3 layers to have a well-blended sky. And that's what I'm gonna work on, and I'm gonna work on reflection. I can't wait to see yours. Now remember, we've gotten good at the control drip. I know you can rock it. Now we're getting good at another media, colored pencil, because I noticed a lot of my students need to work on staying in the lines, making your edges crisp, and fine details. And it's nice to know you could bring colored pencils anywhere. You can do amazing art and blend with colored pencils and not have to have paints everywhere you go. This, my friends, if you color your own, you draw your own drawing. We're coloring it in now, we're adding layering. This is now called art therapy. If you can stay in the lines, I believe the scientific studies show at least 5 minutes of staying in the lines and coloring in the lines slowly releases that endorphin in your brain that brings a peaceful feeling, thus called art therapy. So let's do this together. And keep going on yours. Relax, slow down, and make amazing art. Don't rush and scribble and tell me you're done really, really fast, because I'm slowly letting up on the pressure. And we're going from dark to light, adding reflection. Takes layering, takes time, but I'm giving you time this time.